guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new here, then welcome to my channel. My name's Olivia and I'm so excited to have you. I hope you enjoy. Happy 2017, guys. I can't believe the new year is finally here. With that comes an entire year's glance at the best products of 2016. So today's video, as you can tell, is going to be kind of my best of beauty 2016 beauty favorites, 2016 makeup favorites, whatever you want to call this, but this is like a big variety of all of my favorite products from all of 2016. So it actually wasn't too hard for me to pick out my favorites because I found some really great holy grail products in 2016, so I'm really excited to share them with you. I promise I won't make this too long, but I do have a ton of good stuff here. So without further ado, let's just get into the 2016 makeup favorites. So I figured it would just be kind of easy to go in order of like how I apply it on my face. So I'm starting with primer, and I would end with setting spray, but to be honest, my favorite is just like always Urban Decay setting spray. So let me just throw that one out there for you. But I will start with primer and then I will end with lips. So go all the way through every single makeup step by step on my face. So beginning with primer, my favorite for like the latter half of 2016 was definitely this CoverFX mattifying primer. This one is the mattifying primer that has the anti-acne treatment in it. I really love it. It's got that like silicone like texture to it. It goes on very smoothly. It really does hold on your makeup very well, and I feel like it doesn't, you know, it doesn't break you out or anything. It doesn't make your look too cakey. So I love that. You can get this little size right here in the checkout at Sephora for like 16 bucks, or they have like a larger full size one, but this one has been my favorite, just like high-end makeup primer for sure. And then for drugstore, you guys probably saw me talk about this Maybelline Master Prime primer a lot. I love this one. This also has like that very silicone like texture, kind of like a gel almost, but it goes on so smooth and it really does hold your makeup on, and you can get this for like 6 bucks at the drugstore. So most days when I'm not doing like a long day or I'm not doing like an event or something like that, not that I go to like all these events, but you know, if it's not like a party or something like that, I will use this as like my everyday primer because it works so well and it's so affordable. I don't feel bad using up a ton of it. So this is the Blur and Smooth one. It's like number 100, but like I said, you can get this at the drugstore for like 6 bucks. It's an awesome drugstore primer. I love that one. So now on to the face products that you put over the primer. So if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I'm typically like a BB cream type of girl. My go-to combination for my face is a BB cream with a powder foundation over it. I just feel like that works. It gives me a lot of coverage. It's not too cakey. It's not too heavy on my skin. And a lot of times liquid foundation can break me out after, like even after one use. So I really love to use BB creams when possible. This year I found this CoverGirl Clean Matte BB cream, and this became like one of my all-time favorites. I absolutely love it. I have 2 shades here, and so I will mix these together a lot. This one is medium and this is medium deep. So depending on how tan I am or depending on how much coverage I'm going for, I'll mix these 2 together. You can definitely layer it, you can build it up, but I love BB cream because it's just so light on your skin. It's not too heavy. These provide a lot of great coverage to them, but they also do keep you matte, so I love that. For a couple years now, I've been using, I believe it's Maybelline, the like BB whatever, the Dream BB or something. It's in a blue bottle, but this one has definitely taken over for me. I use this so much, and it's a great drugstore product, and like I said, I love that it gives you a ton of coverage, but it does keep you matte. So love that BB cream. And then another drugstore product that I've been loving this year is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. This came out over the summer, and it really does give you that glow. A lot of these products I love because they do what they claim to do. It does provide a ton of good coverage. It does give you like that fresh and glowy and dewy look, but it doesn't make you look like you're sweating, if that makes sense. For lack of a better word, it's not sweaty like. So I really do love this. I'll use a powder foundation over this one as well, and it kind of mats it down a little bit but keeps it a little bit shiny, because when you first put this on, it is pretty glowy, and for me that's not always the best look. So I'll kind of try to like blend it with something else, or like I said, pat a foundation powder over it, and it just kind of sets it a little bit. But overall, I do really love this foundation. It claims it's 24 hours. I have not kept it on for 24 hours, but I have kept it on for an extremely long day, and it holds up great, and it does keep the coverage all day long. So I love that. This was like 10 or 12 bucks, I think, at the drugstore or at Ulta, wherever you want to go to get it. But the L'Oreal foundations in general are great, and I love the Pro Glow because it is just so like fresh looking. I love that one. Then if you're not looking for a glowy look, the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless is a great drugstore option. I use this this for months and months and months in 2016. It is a great foundation. It gives you a ton of coverage. It glides on the skin really nicely, and it does keep you matte all day long. It's a great base for any makeup look. So I have this in a couple different shades, but the shade that I use here is 320. And this is like $5 at like Walmart, Target, wherever you want to go. It's like $5.94. So it's an overall great, super affordable, great coverage, matte looking foundation. Then for the powder foundations that I was talking about, I had two favorites, two like holy grails that I used all year long. And again, you probably heard me talk about these several times. This one is the L'Oreal True Match Powder Foundation. I love the L'Oreal True Match Foundation too. Up until this past year, I used that one nonstop. That was always like my go-to. And so the powder foundation is a great like lighter equivalent to that. It does give a lot of good coverage. I primarily use these for extra coverage and then also kind of like to set and get the color correct. So sometimes when I use liquid foundations or BB creams, it can be a little bit light for me. So I'll use these to kind of like bring it down a little bit, and then it just suits my skin better. It's a little bit darker, but the L'Oreal True Match one is a great one to just throw over BB cream or on its own. I like that one a lot as well. But the L'Oreal True Match is a great one to just throw over BB cream or wear on its own. It works great that way too. And then the Maybelline Better Skin SuperStay Better Skin. This is like the skin transforming powder. It's basically a powder foundation. This one has salicylic acid in it, so it will help with like blemishes and help prevent breakouts and things like that. I love the packaging of this one. So it's like this little rectangle and then it opens up, and it has, my mirror is like extremely dirty, do not judge me, but it has a big mirror right here, so it's great for your purse or great for travel. As you can see, I've used this one a lot. I've hit pan on it, so this has been like my go-to. I do feel that the Maybelline Better Skin has a little bit more coverage than the L'Oreal True Match, but they're both great powder foundations. They're both drugstore, so I love that. They're super affordable, easy to get your hands on, and they both work really well. So these two have been like my go-to for the past year. Then for the past month or so, I've really been loving the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I mentioned that in my December favorites, but because that's not the whole year of 2016, I'm not going to talk about it too much, but that has been a recent favorite of mine. For the majority of the year, I used the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and then I also loved the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. As you can tell, this packaging is like super bootleg. I've used it so much that it's like totally worn away. Same with the Naked Skin, actually. You can see this container is like almost totally empty. So these were definitely my go-tos for 2016. The Naked Skin Concealer is just amazing. It gives you great coverage. Again, it like covers up any dark circles you have. Same with the Lock-It Concealer. The reason I love the Lock-It Concealer so much is because it does not crease. It doesn't wrinkle through the day. It just stays put. It really does lock it in all day long, which I can say for the most part about the Naked Skin, but for me, if you're talking about like all day wear, I think the Lock-It is a little bit better. Either way, these two were my go-to concealers this year. I absolutely love them. I use the hell out of them. As you can tell, I beat them up. I use them every single day. They just both have really great coverage and were by far my favorites. They both have really great applicators too. The Urban Decay one is kind of like flat and kind of like a little, I don't know, flatbed applicator, and then the Lock-It Concealer is almost like a little triangle applicator. So they both just allow you to like really get in there and just like get the concealer all the way up to your eye, your inner corner, and then also like really draw those like little triangles or whatever you want to do. I just feel like they allow for great application, easy application, great coverage. They last all day, they don't crease, and they cover up any like deep pockets or dark circles you have. So those are by far my favorite concealers this year. Another face product I want to throw in that I've really been loving the last few months is the Anastasia foundation stick, and I love this stick foundation. It is very light. It's really easy to blend. It's not like the most high coverage foundation, but I love that because it's great with my BB creams. Like I'm talking about how much I love BB creams. Sometimes I'll put those on and then I'll put this on over it, and it just allows a really nice like light coverage, but it does keep you covered. It doesn't show anything through. So this is really blendable. You can also get the darker shades and use them to contour, things like that. But I really love this as like an easy everyday look, especially when I'm wearing it with the powder foundation or kind of mixed in with my other products. It's also pretty affordable for a high-end foundation. This is $25, which is more obviously than the drugstore ones, but you'll pay 12 bucks at the drugstore and 25 for this. So that's not too bad. And I like that it's like easy to travel with. It's just super easy to use. And I love that it has buildable coverage. So this has been one of my favorites this year too. Okay, so then just continuing on with the rest of my face, I don't use a ton of like single blushes and bronzers. I typically go for palettes, which you will see here in a minute because I have a ton here I want to show. But this blush in particular, I have been loving this year. This is the Milani Baked Blush in Dulce Pink, and I love this one. I got it for my dupe video actually, and it was supposed to be a dupe for NARS Orgasm, and I think it's pretty close. It's a little more pigmented, a little more pinky than Orgasm, but I do like that it gives you the same like shimmery effect. It's got that kind of like peachish coral toned to it. This is what the swatch looks like if you can see. It gives you that same glowy effect that NARS is going for. So I do like that it has like a little bit of the gold flecks in it. It's just a really beautiful and also really affordable blush. So you can get this at the drugstore. The packaging's cute too, but the color, it lasts all day. It's pigmented and it does again give you that kind of like glowy effect. So I love that. Another really affordable blush combo that I loved for 2016 is the e.l.f. blush palette. This I think was around like way before that, and I think people have been talking about this for years, but I just kind of like jumped on this bandwagon in 2016. This is $6 from e.l.f. and it comes with 4 blushes. They're all very different, but they're all great to blend together as well. So it's got kind of like a bronzy orange, like rustic orange shade, a couple pink tones, and then like a lighter one as well. This one is really pink and pigmented and shimmery, so I like that one. But they're great to mix together, super easy to get your hands on, really affordable, and I like that the packaging is like great for travel, and that you get 4 blushes for $6. It's not bad at all. So I loved this one throughout 2016. It's very, very, very pigmented. All of these little like e.l.f. quads are really pigmented. I also have the bronzing one and I have the highlighting one. The highlighting one is like on another world, but I actually forgot I had them for a really long time, so I haven't gotten to play with those ones too much, but the blush one I did really enjoy for several months there in 2016. And yeah, super, super pigmented. So if you get this, use a light hand with it, but the colors are beautiful. Then another face palette that I really loved in 2016 is the Makeup Revolution Contour Palette. Mine, again, is super dirty. I just kind of grabbed these for the video, so bear with me. But this one has a ton of great contour and bronzing shades, and it has some under eye like yellow tones, and it also has a couple different highlighters in it. So this is like an all-in-one. You can get this for like 10 or 15 bucks at Ulta. The colors are really pigmented. They're really creamy. I loved this for like the first half of 2016. I used it a ton. That's why it's so messy. And it comes with this big mirror too. The packaging on Makeup Revolution is not like the absolute best because they all wear off like this and just look kind of like grimy, but I mean, that's fine. It's what's inside that counts, right? So, but the colors are really, really great. They're easy to work with. They're super easy to blend. And I love that the bronzer's in here too. It's got 2 bronzers that are a little bit more like cool toned ashy, but this one is a really, really pretty like warm bronzer. So I love that because I do typically have a tan. I typically go for like neutral colors. So that one's great for contouring and like really getting like a warm bronze on your face. And then the highlighters are really pigmented as well. This whole like kind of compact palette is just amazing. I love it so much, and I actually think I need to start using it again because I forgot about it for a while, but I loved this one in 2016. It's totally worth having. And then another bronzing one that I loved for this year was Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. This is the one in Sun Dipped. So this I also use so much. This is a great everyday quad. It comes with 2 bronzers and then 2 highlighters, but they're all very shimmery, so they all give you that really glowy effect, like it's called a glow kit. I love to mix these 2 and then use them to kind of like lightly contour and bronze up my face like on a daily basis. These are great everyday colors, and then the highlighting colors are really pigmented too. They work great with the Anastasia highlighting brush. They're just super pigmented, go on your skin really nicely, and they aren't too harsh, so they don't give you like those lines. They just blend really nicely. This is $40 and it may be sold out, to be honest. I'll see if I can find it, but last time I went to look for it, it was sold out. But I have to show it because I use it so much. So if they bring it back, or if you have a chance to get one of these, I would definitely recommend it. It is a little pricey, and actually now they have an entire face kit and it's got 6 of these shades for 45 bucks. So it's a way better deal. I wish I would have gotten that one instead. But the quad, I do love this one. I love the glow kit. It's been like a go-to for me for sure. I also love the Tartist Contour Palette by Shayla this year. You've probably seen me use this one in a few videos as well. I love that this is so beautiful on any different skin tone. It complements everybody. It has two beautiful bronzing colors. One is much darker and like much more chocolatey, and then this one's a little more ashy. It has a great under eye color that's kind of yellow that you can use to set your under eyes. I've actually been using that a ton lately. It just works so well. It's so creamy. The blush color is a really pretty matte, like kind of peach shade, and then it comes with two highlighting colors as well. So this is just a great, like, all around, well-rounded face palette. It's perfect for travel as long as you package it safely so it doesn't break, because it is a little pricey, but I love that you can get so many different looks out of it and it complements everybody. So if you have like a girl's day, a girl's trip or something, this would be great to bring because everybody there is bound to get use out of it no matter what. It smells like chocolate too. Like, the whole palette smells like chocolate. It's amazing, and the packaging is just beautiful. It's this really pretty gold palette that has a huge mirror right here and just looks, it's just so perfect. I love it. So I got a ton of use out of this one in 2016, and especially lately, like through the holidays, I've been using this a ton. The colors are just really gorgeous. Oh, getting through it. Then the last face palette that I have to mention, of course, is the Becca and Jaclyn Hill palette. This thing is freaking stunning. So this one is also really, really pricey, but I am glad I got my hands on it because it does sell out. They will bring it back occasionally. They always say it's limited, and then it's gone for a few months, and then they bring it back. So keep an eye out. They'll bring it back probably, and I'll see what I can find linked below. The whole line that they have is really gorgeous, but this palette by far is one of my absolute favorites. It comes with Champagne Pop and then Prosecco Pop, and then it comes with 3 blushes as well. The one in the middle, Amaretto, is one of my favorites. It's like kind of a bronzy, like mauve kind of blush. So it looks great if you're going for like an overall bronzed, glowy look. And then I also love this one right here, which is Rose Spritz. That one is very luminous and also kind of like NARS Orgasm or like the Milani blush, but these are all super, super pigmented. You don't need a ton of products. So I got this back in the summertime. I want to say like June or July. So I've had it for 6 months and I use it somewhat frequently. I probably reach for it a couple times a week at least, and I still have all of this left. So you don't need a ton. It is really pigmented. It shows up on the skin great. These are by far the best highlighters I've used. Like, well, that's like a very general statement, but these are the best highlighters I can think of that I've used. I really, really love them, and the blushes are gorgeous too. I use them all the time. So this is another one of my like everyday type palettes. It's stunning and it's a must-have. So when they bring it back, go for it. Just invest the money. You'll be happy you did. And the packaging is so pretty. So pretty. White and gold. Done. So I have a few eyeshadow palettes I wanted to mention. This is the NYX Avant Pop palette. This has really stunning, just like natural colors. You can get this at Ulta. I believe it's like $15. So it's totally worth it. The colors are all really pigmented and really beautiful. Like you can see there, every time I wear this one, I get a ton of compliments. Obviously, as you can see, I go for the neutrals the most, but they all are really, really pretty, and it's a great palette to play around with. You get a great color range with this one, so I think it's totally worth buying. It's super affordable, really easy to get your hands on, and the colors are great. I love the Anastasia Makeup by Mario palette. I never got my hands on the Renaissance palette. I don't know why. I'm sure everybody will be mentioning it, but I really love this one as well. The colors are ridiculously pigmented. They're all very rich. They're perfect for fall or winter or holiday season. It's just a great, like, overall well-rounded palette. I love the color selection in this one. I gotta give a shout out to the Carly Bible palette. Even though she came out with this at the end of 2015, I did rock it all through 2016. I still reach for this one a lot. I actually have 2 because the first one I went through so much. So this one comes with 4 highlighting shades and then a great range of eyeshadows. It's got several mattes and then a lot of shimmers as well. This one at the top right here, that's kind of like a neutral shimmery one, that is like my go-to inner corner and brow highlight color. I absolutely love it. It's so natural and so just like shimmery and just glowy looking. I love that one. And then these 2 highlighting shades are some of my favorites too. So this palette is really great to get that glowy, like earthy effect. I love it, and the colors are great for fall time too, or spring or summer. Actually, I use this year round, to be honest with you. That's why I go through 2 of them in a year, but this is a great one, and this is 15 bucks at Ulta too. Originally, BH Cosmetics only had it because it is a BH Cosmetics palette, but you can get this at Ulta now too, and it's like 15 bucks. I also wanted to quickly mention this Makeup Revolution palette. This is an eyeshadow palette. This I showed in my dupe video too. It's super messy because I've been using it a ton lately, but this one has a great color range to it as well. It has this orange color here, which is why a lot of people say it's a dupe for the Kai Shadow palette. This is called the Flawless 2 palette, and I believe this was $15 as well, so it's super affordable. You get 32 different eyeshadows with it. They're really pigmented. I go for the neutrals and like the orangey and then kind of these shades a little bit, but I typically go for neutral eye looks with this palette because you can get such a good range and make them really smoky but still neutral looking. Lately in the the videos I've been making, I'm wearing this palette and you guys have given me a lot of compliments on it. So yeah, sometimes it's sold out, but I got mine on Ulta.com. It's super affordable and it's well worth having for the price. And then the last one I have to mention, the Morphe 35O palette. This one, again, I got at the end of 2015, but I wore it so much throughout 2016 that I had to mention it. Anybody who uses this palette knows it's frigging amazing. It's phenomenal, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, but it does have a beautiful range of warm tones to it, a good blend of mattes and shimmers. They're all ridiculously pigmented, and it's 22 bucks, so it's super budget friendly, really affordable for the quality and the quantity that you get for that. So I love this palette. Anyone who has the Morphe 35O knows it's like a favorite forever. It's amazing. Okay, we're getting there. I just have a few eye products and then I'm done. So I have to mention the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. This is always my go-to brow product. It's a must-have. I don't even have to talk that much about it because everyone knows how amazing it is. So that was my go-to through 2016 is the Brow Wiz. And then I also really loved the Benefit Ka-Brow. I think the color is really great. I love that it comes with like a little brush that you can work with. I feel like the Ka-Brow gives me a little more fullness than the Brow Wiz does, but the Brow Wiz allows for more control. So it just kind of depends what you're going for. A lot of times I'll use both. I'll fill in my brows with the Brow Wiz and then I'll use the Ka-Brow to like set it and just kind of fill in any extra sparse areas. I have like no brows naturally, so I really like to go like over the top. But these two were definitely my favorite in 2016. I have a few lashes here. The Socialize Vixen lashes were definitely my all-time favorite. That's what I have on right now. I wear these almost every single time I wear lashes. I buy them in bulk. I get 12 packs at a time off of Amazon because it's super affordable that way. They end up coming out to like a couple bucks a pack, and they're just really great lashes. Carissa did a great job making these. If you don't know, they're made by Carissa PUPPIES here on YouTube. She's a huge like beauty blogger. She's amazing, super gorgeous. This is her brand and she does a really great job on them, and for some reason I've just really taken to Vixen. I love like the wispy kind of feathery look to them. They're very natural looking. They don't look like you have false lashes on, but they give you a lot of volume and just a lot of extra like glamour. So I love these and I love that they're really affordable. I also love the Ardell 615s, which kind of have a similar shape to them, but they're just a little bit more stiff. I love the Socialized Vixens because they're a little bit more wispy, and the 615s have the same feather look, but they're a little bit more like straight, if that makes sense. This is what the two look like together. So you can see that they both have the very like separated cool look to them, but this one's just a little bit more stiff and this one's a little bit more like wispy. And speaking of wispy, the last type of lashes that I love are the Ardell Wispies. I get them in the double packs like this. They're great just all around, kind of glamorous but yet still natural lash. They're awesome to have on hand and they go on really well. Ardells are like one of my favorite kind. Obviously I love the Socialized Vixen lashes. Ardells are kind of like my go-to. They have been for years, and the Wispies are just a great lash to always have with you. Then to apply my lashes, I use these Socialized tweezers. These have been a must for me through all of 2016. If you use lashes or you apply lashes or you're learning or anything, you need these tweezers. They're 10 bucks from Socialized, like $9.90 usually. You can get them on Amazon, but I love the shape of them. So they look like regular tweezers, but this part here is a little bit curved. So they're great to just like pick up your lash and then you can really precisely get it on the lash line. These are awesome for application. They're a must-have. They're super affordable. They've like saved and enhanced my lash game like crazy. So I use these every single time I apply lashes. Even when I travel, I have to have these with me. They're awesome. They've like saved my makeup look so much. And then the last makeup product I want to mention is my favorite mascara for the year. I actually narrowed it down to one. Out of all the mascaras I've tried, the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir has been my absolute favorite. This is an amazing mascara. It's $26, so it is a little pricey if you're used to drugstore mascaras, but the wand is really great and thick and it's shaped nicely, so it just allows for like a really nice application. You can get a really precise and thorough and thick application to it. The formula is amazing. I love this mascara because it gives me volume, thickness, and length, which you can't find a lot of times. It just works for me for whatever reason. I will say I feel like it dries out somewhat quickly. I feel like I've gone through a lot of these in 2016. I probably went through like 6 or 7 of these, and then this one is brand new and I've yet to use it. But I love this mascara. It's by far my absolute favorite. I think this will be my go-to for like years and years. So this was definitely my favorite mascara of 2016. Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. If you haven't tried it, you totally should, and let me know what you think. And then the very last couple things I want to mention are just a couple quick perfumes. I love the YSL Black Opium perfume. I actually already know my husband got me this for Christmas. As I'm filming this, it's before Christmas, but by the time this goes up, you will already see that he got me a big bottle of this for Christmas. I love this perfume. It's an amazing perfume. It's super sultry, very like just rich and like sexy, but it would be great for I use it for every day, but it is a very like sultry perfume. I love it. I also love the Victor & Rolf Flower Bomb. My husband got me this as well for our anniversary this year, and I have been coveting this perfume for years and years and years. I studied it in college and I just fell in love with it. It's gorgeous. It smells so good. It's floral, but it's sultry at the same time. I really like those really kind of warm perfumes that could work for day or night, and this is definitely one of those. And then this is more of a nighttime perfume, but this is the Midnight Floor perfume from Nest. So this packaging is just like gorgeous. I love it. And this one is very, very like rich, and this one's more of a nighttime perfume. That's probably why it has the word midnight in it. But this one's a little more affordable too. This was $68 for this size, which isn't too bad for a perfume. You can get it at Sephora, but the whole Nest brand has really great fragrances to it. So those are just my favorite perfumes for the year. Okay guys, so those were all of my 2016 makeup favorites. I know it was a lot, but I tried to get through it as quick as possible. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to hear what some of your go-to products were, some of your favorites for 2016. Leave me a comment down below and let me know. I love trying products that you guys suggest to me, so if you have any ideas or any favorites, or if you've tried any of these, definitely let me know. I would love to hear from you. Again, I hope you enjoyed this favorites video. Thank you so much for watching and for spending all this time with me. Thank you for supporting my channel in 2016. I absolutely love doing this. It's such a fun hobby for me, and I really, really appreciate all the interaction you guys give me, all the love you give me, and just all the fun stuff that I get to put out for you guys. I'm so looking forward to 2017 and to putting out even more fun stuff. If you have any other video ideas or any other suggestions or requests or anything you'd like to see me do, definitely let me know, because I love putting videos out there that you guys want to see. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Happy New Year's, guys. Bye!